The story that I chose to focus on today was The Chronicle of a Death Foretold, and it's by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Here's a picture of Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This novel was published in 1981 and is one of the most famous works created by this Colombian novelist. To give you a little background information on the story tells of the killing of a man named Santiago Nazar, who was murdered for taking a woman, Angela Vicario's virginity away. Her brothers set out to kill him in defense of their sister's honor. However, Santiago did not know he was going to be killed because he was innocent and did not commit this accused crime in the first place. Because he displayed a fondness for women, he ended up being an easy target for Angela and the lie that she was holding. She was indeed not a virgin and wanted her future husband to believe it was not her fault that she wasn't pure for him. And a quote that I chose to embed in this is, besides, when he finally learned at the last moment that the Vicario brothers were waiting for him to kill him, his reaction was not one of panic, as has so often been said, but rather the bewilderment of innocence. The idea that I'm going to be focusing on is the symbolism with the theme of honor. How does honor play a big role in this story? My question is keeping someone's honor intact more important than having a collective responsibility to help save someone's life? Two quotes that really exemplify this statement is, Angela Vicario, the beautiful girl who'd gotten married the day before, had been returned to the house of her parents because her husband discovered that she wasn't a virgin. And the second one is, the most current version, perhaps because it was the most perverse, was that Angela Vicario was protecting someone who really loved her, and that she had chosen Santiago Nazar's name because she thought her brothers would never dare to go up against him. So Santiago was an easy target for her because she thought her brothers would never go after him, and he'd be protected, and her lie could also be covered up still. So here we have a picture of the brothers, and they're saying that they're not guilty. They're saying that the honor of their sister was more important and that they should be found innocent. Angela was protecting the man she truly had a connection with, and she gave this false name to her brothers. In doing so, giving that wrong name, Santiago, basically, he was pinned to the cross and he was made a target from that day forward. And she did this to protect the person that she truly loved. My question is, does this excuse this for her brother's killing? Is honor and keeping it intact justification for murder? A quote that goes along with this is, Pedro Vicario, the more forceful of the brothers, picked her up by the waist and sat her at the dining room table. All right, girl, he said to her, trembling with rage. Tell us who it was. She only took the time necessary to say a name. She looked for it in the shadows. She found it at first sight among the many, many easily confused names from this world and the other, and she nailed it to the wall with her well-aimed dart, like a butterfly with no will, whose sentence has always been written, Santiago Nazar, she said. This next quote that helps to symbolize this honor and the theme of honor, it comes from Flora Miguel, Santiago's fiance. And even when she hears that these rumors that her, soon-to-be husband are going to be killed, she understands that it's more important to save Angela's appearance and protect her honor rather than put her needs first. Although she's worried that the brothers will make Santiago marry Angela to help um, protect her virginity, since he's the man who took it away. She's concerned that they actually might kill him, but she's more worried about the honor when it comes to restoring Angela. A quote that exemplifies this is, nevertheless, it seemed inconceivable to her that they were going to kill Santiago Nazar. But on the other hand, it occurred to her that they would force him to marry Angela Vicario in order to give her back her honor. So here, even Santiago's, fiance is allowing this theme of honor to be okay with her, just so to protect Angela as the woman in the story. My question is turning a blind eye an effective way to protect someone's honor? This quote's taken from the end of the third chapter when Father Amador, who is a man in authority, had the chance to put all this to a stop. He turned the blind eye like so many others did, such as the bishop, priest, police officers, the colonel. They all ignored all these obvious signs, all these people telling them that the brothers were going to kill Santiago when they could have been in a position to have saved this innocent man. And I put a picture of somebody turning a blind eye, covering their ears, covering their eyes. The quote is, "The truth is, I didn't know what to do," he told me. "My first thought was that it wasn't any of my business, but something from the civil authorities. But then I made up my mind to say something in passing to Placida Linero. Yet when he crossed the square, he'd forgotten completely. You have to understand," he told me, "that the bishop was coming that day. So once again, turn the blind eye. Something else was more important than saving this man's life." This last idea around the theme of honor talks about, should the brothers have been found guilty for the murder? Is honor enough for saving um, someone's virginity, protecting them? Is that enough to be innocent? Some quotes that I had are, Pedro Vicario pulled out his knife with the slaughterer's iron wrist and dealt him a second thrust almost in the same place. The strange thing is that the knife kept coming out clean. Pedro Vicario declared to the investigator, "I'd given it to him at least 3 times and there wasn't a drop of blood." They also said, "We killed him openly," Pedro Vicario said, "but we're innocent." It's almost as if like there was no blood because he was an innocent man and he didn't do anything wrong, so there was no blood to be shed. So the brothers stick to their innocence claim at the trial, and in their community, it was reasonable for a man to seek revenge if another man takes the honor of a woman in the family, and in this case, it was their sister. Um, Pedro believes that his loyalty to his sister Angela, it overrides all the laws, and that he and his brothers should be innocent of all wrongdoings. He's claiming loyalty as a justification for murder. So I just want you to think about the theme of honor, and is that worth somebody being innocent, like the Vicario brothers are claiming that they should be in the story. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it.